like I had a really great experience. It was like a full psychedelic trip. I came with the intention of wanting to heal things that are still stuck in my body, and also knowing how to take this work back to my clients. And I feel like I've really experienced both of these intentions, but in a way that wasn't really expected. I thought it was going to be very linear and structured, like, okay, I learned one thing and then another. But it was so beautiful because just like a psychedelic experience, you have your intention and you're really kind of brought to this place where you're cracked open, where you surrender, where you open. And I felt like that's where I was. I really unearthed a lot of things within me that still needed healing and purging and clearing that I didn't even know. And I'm leaving feeling so energized. I've never felt so much Kundalini like buzzing through my being. I'm feeling very trusting of myself and my ability to just hold space in different ways. It really, I think, simplified everything for me to be like, there doesn't need to be this structured way to energy work or to holding a session. And it's really about tuning into someone's energy, trusting yourself, and being able to bring this work forth in an embodied way. So yeah, I had a really great experience and I'm leaving feeling super filled up and full of bliss. Yeah, I would say definitely listen to your intuition. If it's calling you forth, it's for a reason, and to do it. If it's like, yes, like I'm excited about it, but also knowing that, you know, sometimes even if there's some hesitation, likely there might be fear, really tune into your higher self. That's kind of what happened with me as well when I came across Elliott's work. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and also like, oh, can I really invest? Like, can I really do this? But I really leaned into the desire, and the story in itself was crazy because I found Elliott's work on a Friday. I signed up for the training by the Sunday because I just knew it was the right move. Didn't necessarily have the money for it, but I made it work, and then I received like 2x the money like by the end of the week. So it was mind-blowing as to what happens when you just lean into the desire. And yeah, I would say this body of work is so beautiful because I'm a trainer of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, so I've really studied the subconscious mind. I've really gone into embodiment in the last 2 years and just had my experience with energy work. And the way that Elliott brings his work together is so beautiful because truly, it's what I realized too over the last few years. You can't just work on the mind. You can't just work on the body. You can't just work with energy. It's got to be a holistic system in order for change to be lasting. And I feel like he's brought this simple together in such a, almost like too simple sometimes, where my mind's like, is it gonna be harder? And then I remember it's like, no, it's so simple. But it's like, yeah, the simple things like, you know, the breath, dropping people back down into their bodies, allowing them to set an intention, focus on it. It truly is such a beautiful body of work. And I think that not only, I think especially for people who want to share it with clients and people, not only will this add to your body of work, but truly it will transform you so that you can be the truest vessel of the message and the medicine that you're meant to bring forth. Main takeaways. I think number one is really trusting myself and giving myself permission to do this work. I feel like in the first couple of days, I kept on waiting for that permission to be like, okay, now you can do it. Okay, now you can do energy work. Okay, now you're gonna host a session. And I feel like for me, the number one biggest takeaway is that no one is ever going to give me that permission. It's up to me to be like, I'm gonna do it. Be okay with quote unquote getting it wrong, although you can't really get it wrong. It's always just a continuous learning experience. The second takeaway is that this work is actually not so much about doing a lot, which was really hard for me. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with my energy? What do I do with my breath? So much of it is about learning to hold that divine masculine presence for a client, to sit there, to hold the vibration of what they want to be moving through. And yeah, to really give them the safe space to express, which I think sometimes we really underestimate the power of. And the third thing, gosh, there's like so many things that I'm taking away. I think the third thing would just be honestly the simplicity of breath, and bringing that back in, like the different breathing techniques that we've learned, like the de-armouring breath, the transformative breath. Like I said, sometimes it seems so simple that you're like, that can't be what I need to release, but it literally is. You just breathe, inhale into your belly, into your heart, into your throat, exhale out through your mouth, and it's like, it's a whole new world. So yeah, I'll definitely be bringing that back more into my daily life and into my work.